You see from the other side.
Yeah.
Now, if you go with this wall down to its foot, you can see over here a large paved, I don't know how to call it, esplanade, some kind. It has about 2 meters over here. The wall is about 2 meters, and from the other side you can see another 1 meter of this huge building. This huge building is the base of the Maccabeans, Hasmonetes wall. Why do they need such a large wall over here? Such a wide wall? Well, right now we're standing pretty much on that's the earth beneath us. So in order that the wall won't fall down easily, and we know that they had to fight against the Hellenes.
Yes.
In order, what?
Greeks.
The Greeks, Hellenes, not only Greeks, but also Greeks inside of them. When they had to fight against them, they didn't want their wall to collapse, so they had to build wide enough, in this area at least. And from that area we can see, over here you can see this wall. There's another one in the other side of the wall, in the other side of the Hasmonite wall. And third wall that looks pretty much the same is over here. You can see it over there. No. Now inside those walls, we found stones that are from the Hasmonite period. We know how they decorated their stones, so we can tell from which period pretty much it was carved. So we can find stones that are in Hasmonine carved, non-carved stones, First Temple period stones, and the last period we can find stones from the Herodian period, which is around 20 BC. So that pretty much is the moment that our archaeologist understood that when he looked for the palace of King Herod, when he wanted to be famous for discovering the most beautiful palace in the world in the ancient times, or at least in Israel, that he went too much down. How come? Because we're in the base level. We're underneath the ground, we're underneath the floor. The floor was about this height, or something like that. And we're underneath, in the foundations level. How come there are foundations over here? King Herod was crazy, mad crazy. He didn't care that over here the ground goes like this. He wanted to make an esplanade for his palace. And above us, above our heads over here, there was one of maybe the most magnificent palace that Israel has ever seen. But we can see it today because Jerusalem is still a city that is alive. It's still a city that is being built. And once the palace was abandoned, people just came and took the stones from this palace to rebuild homes, to rebuild churches or anything else over here in Jerusalem. To reuse the same stones to rebuild. And if there is something that we can end this tour with, is that Jerusalem is a city that has the history over here. We can find, it doesn't matter where you will toss a coin in Jerusalem and you'll excavate down to the ground, you can find remnants from the Bible period, or from the Crusaders, or from Second Temple period. You'll find something, always. But above all that, there are people that are still alive with all this history, and above all this history. And I think that Jerusalem is one of the most interesting places in the world. You can't really find any place, maybe in the whole world, that has such influence over the world as Jerusalem. Still does. And all the old city, from one end to the end, is 1 square kilometer. That's all the city. Wow. The old city of Jerusalem, not all the city. So guys, if you have any more questions or anything else, you're welcome to ask. If not, so we'll start heading back in the same way that we came to over here. Yes, of course.
What is the purpose? These ceilings are so well designed.
The what? Series?
The ceilings. They look like
What, the arches?
Yes.
Oh, it's just so it won't fall down. It's just an architectural instrument to keep the ceiling from falling down on your head.
Okay, it's very beautiful.
It is, but more than beautiful, it's functional.
Thank you.
Okay, arches is the strongest shape that you can build in. That's why a dome is such a strong form to build in.
Yes.
Because dome are many arches combined.
Yes. We discovered that. Was that the
Where
Romans?
do you think the third temple's going to be?
Ooh.
That's off east.
Question, Shay.
It was when will the third?
Where and where? Yeah.
When and where?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Happily for me, I'm not a politician. I don't need to answer any question for the future. I deal with the past.
Very wise. Very wise.
And I'm so happy that the past changed so quickly that there's always different stories that I can tell.
Yes.